Welcome to the Savvy Scrapbookers Autumn Harvest Edition. Donna Guest here, the Lazy Scrapbooker and Creative Memories Advisor. Nicole So, Debbie and Martin and I have divided up the Autumn Harvest paper pack and sticker pack and created 6 pages to share with you. I was really in the mood to create 2 matching pages for my layout, so let's get started. First, here are the papers and stickers that I chose. I've got the orange leaves, the red apples, the brown wood grain, and this beautiful plaid. And I've got a set of border stickers and several others. Next, here are the tools we're going to use. I've got the 12-inch trimmer, my repositionable tape runner, and I do highly recommend using repositionable on these pages, and I'll show you why. And next, we've got the new pumpkin patch frame punch, and I'm going to use that for 12-inch borders. And finally, just for measuring purposes, I'm using my custom cutting system mat, 2 of them actually. I finally attached my mats together. I saw one of my team members doing this, and I used, instead of duct tape, I just used painter's tape here, and then I can fold it up and put it in my bag, and that has actually been life-changing. So easy to work with. Now, let's get started. For these pages, I wanted to make them exactly alike on both sides. I was just in the mood for that, to have matching pages. So instead of picking 2 papers that were exactly the same, I'm going to do some cuts on these and make it work out. So if you were attaching these directly to a traditional scrapbooking page, this would be super easy, but I know a lot of people love using the top-loading pocket pages where you can complete your page and then slide it in. So we're going to go with that. You can use this page for either scenario. So first, we're going to take the plaid sheet, and that's the one with blue on the back, and we're going to cut 2 2.5-inch strips. Okay, and we'll save this for later. Next, we're going to take the red sheet, and we're going to cut that in half at 6 inches. So I'll get my ruler out, and I want it to go horizontally, so we want to make sure the apples are facing the right way, so I'm going to turn it this way, which means I don't get to use all these cool words on the other side, but I'm going to go with the red. It's a nice background. Okay. Next, we're going to take the brown wood grain, and again, I'm going to have these going horizontally across the page, so I'm going to turn them this way vertically for when we cut them. And we're going to cut 2 5-inch by 12-inch pieces. So there's 5 inches and another 5 inches. And we're going to have 2 inches left over to do with something else. Next, let's use this new pumpkin patch frame punch. We're just going to use it as a border punch because I want 2 simple borders going across the bottom. So when we use this as a border punch, we're always going to start our paper at one of these black marks. I'm going to start it on the left-hand side here, on the left black mark. And punch. What a great pattern. Now I'm going to, because it's an intricate pattern, I'm going to pull it out completely and then push it back up in there, lining it up over the blue pattern there. And we can't make a mistake if we do that. And again, pressing it towards the back with my right hand and punching. And again, instead of just sliding it over, I'm going to pull it out completely because, again, very intricate patterns. Sometimes they can get caught there. All right, so now I'm just going to finish this one out. All right, we've got one done. Now, because this paper really doesn't have a direction, I'm going to just turn it around and do another 12-inch border on the other side. I'm just doing this because it really doesn't matter, and it will save me time going back and forth between the punch and the trimmer. Now, pulling our trimmer out, we're going to trim this off, and basically you want to line the tops of these pumpkins just before the 1 3/4 inch, which is honestly the last line over here. So if they touch it, it's okay. Mine are just a little bit before touching it, which is perfect. And we'll do the exact same thing with the other so that they match. And now we've got this left over that we're going to use for photo mats, so I'll set that aside. Now, using the pieces that we've cut, we're going to assemble these pages. Again, if you were doing this directly on a traditional scrapbooking page, it would be so simple. You would just attach it to the pages, but I'm going to assume that many of you are using the pocket pages where you just load it to the top and going from there. Okay, so that's going to be the order here. So we've got a nice little border at the top, room for photos here at the bottom, and I chose the brown wood grain because the pumpkins look really good against that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and I'm using the mats just so that I can measure. I've got this lined up. I've got the 13 by 13 mat from Creative Memories, and so I love these because you get your whole page on it and you get some border around it as well. So what I'm going to do, we want actually a 2-inch border at the top. We've cut 2.5 inches. So to do this, we're going to just use some repositionable tape runner and apply it along that lower 1/2 inch there. The reason repositionable is important is because I am very likely to make a mistake here and not get it straight, because I am doing this just freely and not on a scrapbooking page. Again, just for those that like to use pocket pages, or maybe you don't know when you're going to use this page just yet. But these lines here, honestly, that's pretty perfect. By lining it up with the lines, it really worked out great. So I'm going to do this again on the other side now. Again, you don't want to get too high with your tape runner. You want to keep it down here. So we're just covering up that 1/2 inch. All right, so I've got it lined up here again, straight. And I am coming in just at 2 inches down here. So I'm at the 10, and then I'm making sure the side of my paper is lined up here. And if it's all straight, it should work pretty nicely, and I've got it coming down here. So now, so far, we've got 2 plus 6 inches. We've got 8 inches so far. We need 4 more. And that's what we've got this for. And we're actually going to use the full 6 inches of this, and this, the red, is going to go on top of the wood grain. So in case we got kind of up a little bit too much, you know, I had us cut 5-inch strips of this, so we have plenty to work with here. So, but still, I'm going to put the repositionable tape runner up here at the top. And now I'm going to line this up at the bottom of my 12 by 12 surface. And then I'm going to attach this so that I am making a complete 12 by 12 paper here. Looks nice. All right, now we'll finish this one. Again, these mats are super helpful for getting it just right. When I was playing around with it earlier, I did my prototype without the mats and then realized that's going to be super helpful. And of course, I've sped it up a little bit so you don't have to sit through all of my careful measuring there. All right, now we're going to attach our pumpkins to the bottom. And again, another big use of repositionable tape runner. Now, if you have one of these wonderful silicone mats, if you're really smart and you got that promo and you got those, these are the perfect surface to use. If you don't have one of these, a piece of wax paper or a piece of parchment paper will do. I sometimes keep a piece of parchment paper in my craft bag. So actually, I'll show you what it's in. It's in this small flex pod. I keep one down in here so that I always have something in case I don't have this one with me. So I'm going to put tape runner on these at the same time, but repositionable is really important so that we can get it on these little pumpkins here and no tape runner will show through, but I'm going to put some down here. I'm really using this very heavily, and I don't always do that. I'm usually pretty stingy with the tape runner. But that's usually best if I'm going to be doing the page, immediately putting it in my scrapbook, and I know I'm putting a page protector over it pretty soon. I don't worry as much about edges being pulled up, but I'm actually going to teach this page at my weekend retreat this weekend, so it's not going to be as protected with page protectors, so I'm going to make sure this is down well. So now we have our 2 perfectly matched pages for those of us who like to have our pages match every now and then. I kind of like to mix it up. The great thing about these pages is it's just a very nice background, and it uses 4 of our colors here, and you can put these photos wherever you want. So let's say these are photos. You can put 4x5s along here, or you can put 4x6s up here, or you can put them, if you have something that goes horizontally like this, there's room for more. There's room for more, but really there are no rules to where you want to put your pictures or how many pictures you want to put. You've just got a very nice, colorful canvas to work with here. So now I'm ready to decorate this with my photos And we're going to cut some photo mats. I've got the rest of this orange piece, so depending on what my photo looks like, we can use the orange or the speckled white on the back would look good. And instead of using the plaid, I don't really like plaid as a background as much. I'm going to use this beautiful blue on the other side. Now this that we cut off, not really going to be used in this page, but we can also decorate with our stickers. So now I'm going to go ahead and attach these border stickers that I have. I'm going to wait until I have my photos on to put the other ones. When I originally did this, my thought was to put the sticker right here because it would really pop out. And it left me room for journaling down here, and some of the photos would cover it. And I thought that it really wouldn't look good against that plaid, but now I'm kind of rethinking that, and I'm just going to go for it, and I'm going to put it up here. You can do whichever one you like, but that looks better than I thought it would. All right, a nice little border there. I've got my photos, and these are from fall of 2015. Yep, 8 years ago. So I'm ready to cut some photo mats and get these on the pages. Oh, I love it with these photos from 8 years ago. I used the blue paper to mat over here, and you know what? I wanted to put so many pictures over here, and I didn't want to take up too much room with the mats because they do take a little extra space. I didn't use mats over here. It would look nice with the orange. It would have looked nice with this white speckled. But I'm just going to save this paper for something else. You can certainly use this for your photo mats if you don't have so many photos. And you can certainly bring your photos up into this area up here and cover up some of this. I just chose to keep it right within those borders. So that's just me. You can do yours differently. So now let's add the stickers. I got these letter stickers in the sticker pack that spell out fall. My trick, of course, to make them perfect is to tilt them a little bit because then I can't mess up. I've got one more little sticker left, and I'm going to create a small journaling box right here. I love keeping my pens in one of these photo cases. It fits them just perfectly. I love Creative Memories lined paper because I love to journal, and so I'm really not great at writing straight, and this allows me to get perfect straight lines every time. I left a little margin here so I could cover that up with this cute little leaf sticker. All done. These pages were so easy, and I think they look great. It's all about the photos, and these colors are really fun. Be sure to check out Debbie and Nicole's pages. You'll find the links to their videos in the description of this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.